Whenever I tell people that they need to get into the stock market, the most common question that they ask me is, how do I make money? How do I get any bread in my pocket from the stock market? The first way I want to talk about is capital gains. That's simply when the price of your share goes up. This is the most commonly known way. Everybody wants to buy a share at $1 and sell it at $1,000, but unfortunately, that's not how it goes for all of them. There are some home runs, but that's typically not the game. We're gonna assume that every share you own has doubled in price, but you didn't sell it. Even though it's not liquid cash in your pocket yet, you have twice the amount that you started with. Now's the part where you have to start to bring a strategy into play. I'm gonna make a separate video about the taxes and how all that goes, so be on the lookout for that. Another way you can get money out of the stock market is through dividends. That's one of my favorite types of payments to receive. They last. They're long lasting and dependable if you pick the right companies. So, for those of you who don't know, a dividend is money that's paid to you from a company that you invest in. It typically comes out of their profits, but sometimes they can pay it to you from cash that they have on hand. Dividends typically pay quarterly, but you do have some that pay monthly, biannually, or annually. Either way, it all adds up. If you want to know if a stock you're interested in pays a dividend, you need to look at the dividend yield. You can find this on any brokerage, but I'm gonna show you an example in Robinhood right now. Now, that number is a percentage. That's not a dollar amount. Every company that pays dividends has something that's called an ex-dividend date. That date is the cutoff for the next dividend payout. So, let me give an example of what I mean. Say you own 10 shares of company A as of November 1st. And the ex-dividend date is November 5th. You decide you're gonna buy 50 more shares on November 7th. When that next dividend payment comes around, you're only gonna get a dividend payment that's equal to 10 shares because you only own 10 shares before November 5th. The next payment after that, then you'll get dividends for 60 shares. It's very time sensitive. The downside about dividends is a company has the right to stop them or cut them at any time. This is why the companies that you invest in order to get dividends is crucial. You cannot just pick any company simply because they pay dividends. Any dividend stock that I personally buy is an aristocrat stock, period. Made a separate video about my top 5 aristocrat stocks. Make sure you go check that out after this one. So I'm gonna say the first 2 ways I talked about, being capital gains and dividends, are more passive ways to get money through the stock market, and they're definitely more like long term. The next ways I want to talk about, I would definitely consider to be more active. You're gonna have to be more involved, but they can be a lot more rewarding in a shorter period of time. 2 of them can honestly be talked about in the same breath, which is day trading and swing trading. The main difference between the two is day trading is, as it sounds, you're buying stocks and selling them within the same day. Swing trading typically takes place over a couple days or maybe a couple weeks. Both day trading and swing trading allow you to take your capital gains off the table immediately. Both are going to require some real time and dedication. You have to really dive in on the charts. It's not something where you can just throw money in and just double and triple everything. The idea of day trading or swing trading is to take advantage of small moves in a stock price by having large quantities. So, as an example, a stock price moving up 50 cents is not really a big deal. But if you have 500 of them, that small move just made you $250. If you have 1,000 of them, That same small move just made you $500. And this is where the strategy really comes in, because you need to be on point and have a stock that you're already watching and you're like, oh yeah, I know this is gonna move like this, or I feel like this is gonna move like this based on my research. That's what gives you the guts to go ahead and buy those 500 shares or those 1,000 shares. Last thing I want to talk about, and I'm not even really going to talk about it, it's just a mention, is options trading. That can be very dangerous and it can be costly. I have purchased a couple options contracts, but as of right now, I'm taking the L. With that being said, I am a huge fan of paper trading, and I highly suggest that you paper trade. My favorite platform to do it on is Webull, but you can also do it on TD Ameritrade's Thinkorswim. I mean, whichever platform you like, but for me, I like Webull all day. And if you don't know, paper trading is simply trading real-time securities with fake money. So, for example, on Webull, like, they'll start you out with an account that is worth like $10,000, and you can buy whatever shares you want. If you lose, who cares? It's not real money. If you gain, then great. You know, you need to pay attention to what you were doing. That's the real point of it. Like me, I'm using paper trading to learn how to get better at day trading. Because otherwise, you'll lose little bits of money each day, and next thing you know, your account has dwindled down to zero. Be on the lookout for more videos. I'll be uploading every Wednesday and Friday. So make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything. And don't forget, buy the dip.